Hello and welcome back to Train Sim World. We are in Canada, Ontario to be precise, which is rather fitting given where we just were in Transport Fever, across a bit from where we are now to the west in Minnesota. We do border Ontario in Transport Fever, but today we're in Ontario, Oakville. And this is our train. Well, our Loco, double Locos. They are the GP9 RM. They're a bit nice, aren't they? I do like these guys. So what are we doing? We're going to pick up some cars. Yes. Like those over there. But we've got to go that way. So we're going to do a little bit of yard work. And then we're off onto the main line, as it were. And we're going to head to through Burlington, I believe it is. Alright, I've tested this a little bit. I've done the tutorial, which is a rather lengthy one as well. So here we go. We've got to set up the train. Our Loco. Let's have the window open. It looks like a nice day out there, which is rather nice, as it's around freezing here in Texas at the moment. Now, let's get the reverser in, if we can. There it is. And stick it in forward. We're going to do what they say. Oh yes, we've got to turn on all the gubbins, including this one, which we need to switch to freight, as you can hear the brake pressures. Yes, we've got to head over to the manufacturing plant. The auto rack cars are those, and they're full of cars, and they're bi-level. Rather cool. We're not going to set it to release. Actually we can, because we've got to wait for the brake pressure. So let's set up everything else while the brake pressures are filling up there. Let's set the lights on to, I don't know, medium. Oh, what happened there? Medium will do. What else do we not have on? Gauge lights, please. We don't have the numbers on either. Number lights. Let's turn those on. We've got no time limits, so we can relax a little bit. That's it. We can get going. While the train is being propelled to the next location, be aware of any further switches that may need setting. Yes, we've got to set the switches, so we don't want to be going too fast just yet. Here's where we're heading, all the way up here and then into where the cars are loaded, and we need to make sure that all of that is set beforehand. When you hover over them there, you can see they turn blue. There we go. We'll set them all, even if they would normally auto switch as you went over them, as you push them over to the other side. There we go. There we go. That should be everything we need to do. We'll quickly do that one. That was close. You should have done them in order, really, from where the Loco is all the way up to here, where we're going in the destination. We'll have time to talk about where we are very soon, as we've got a long trip along the main line, and we do get up to speed as well. Right, we're in. That's us set. We can get up to track speed now, which will be 15, I believe, miles per hour. Do we have anything else to set? We could turn the cab lights on, but it's not really needed. Should we take a look then at us moving along? We've got all the lights on. I don't know what you set those white, green and red lights for above the numbers there. There is the ability to do that, which is kind of cool. They're down here. Class lights, yeah, so depending on what you're carrying, I guess you set all of these to whatever you need them. Should have looked that up, really. Well, I didn't. Right, let's go and get our cars, shall we? I'm going to allow this to go into the yellow at times. I've always been overly strict with it. I think you're allowed a little bit of leeway when it comes to track speeds. Maybe only a mile an hour over. Now there's an interesting section on this track going into the yard, the car yard. It's very steep. It doesn't look like it, but the train certainly notices, or the locos. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else. No, that should be it. I don't think I've forgotten anything. I'm sure I'll figure it out. The light's on, right? We don't have the ditch lights on. I don't know whether we need them on. We could put them on just to see what they look like. That's cab light. Where are they? Unless I can't find them, of course. Ditch lights, which is those at the front. They look kind of cool, don't they? Do you know what? Should we leave them on? See where we're going. It's lovely out here, isn't it? Here's that section I was talking about. Look at that, 2% grade up. So we're going to have to give it a little bit of power to get up here. It's as we're heading up into the yard. Look at that. Look at how steep that is. That's wonderful. I hope I've set this right. Otherwise we're heading off the wrong way. That'll be a great start. Can we do this in a reasonable time without being overly reckless? I hope so. Now this section's kind of cool. I like this. We go over a main road. Now I mentioned at the beginning, as we do this, we've got to go and pick up some cars up here. We were recently in Minnesota in Transport Fever 2, and yeah, I was a little surprised to see that we're actually further south than where we were in Minneapolis. And where else was there? Grand Rapids, Hibbing, that's where we were in Minnesota. And this is a little further south and to the east of that. Oh, we got up the hill. Lovely. Isn't that's really aggressive. Just doesn't feel like it or look like it. I hope we're picking up the right cars here. Just go wandering off with a bunch of cars that are not ours. Alright, let's start slowing down a little bit. Now, we don't have a second man, so we're going to have to do it all ourselves. Do it all ourselves. Get your words out. Ooh, probably a bit aggressive on the old smacking into them. Especially considering what's on them. They're really expensive cars, no doubt. Okay, set the automatic brake handle to off. Oh yes, we're changing ends. That's kind of nice. And so we've got to switch everything over and undo what we just did. Interesting that we can take passenger wagons as well, as it says we can do passenger. Oh yes, it's right down here. There it is. Actually, if we get up, you can see it. It's down there, the little valve, and we need to set that to. Come on, it's a bit. Come on. There we go. Trail 6 or 26. Not sure what that actually means. We'll get back in here for now. We can turn off all of what we turned on. I don't know whether you're supposed to. Set the reverser to neutral and pull out the handle. Now we've got to go to the other end. I guess we could turn all this off that we turned on, the number lights. We don't need those on. Or do we? Who knows? You probably do. I've not read the handbook. Or this subdivision anyway. Okay, I think we're good. Should we go and take a look at our wagons over there, or our cars? Auto rack. You can actually get... Oh, I've got the ditch lights on. That's bright, isn't it? Goodness me, they are really bright. Where were the ditch lights? They were up here somewhere, weren't they? Step lights, ditch lights. Turn those off. There we go. Needless electricity being used. Yeah, you can get up into these. You can see there's cars in them. That's what we're taking. We will get back onto the main line soon. Oh no, we've not been on the main line yet. You can just see them in there. Isn't that cool? Anyway, let's get down. We've got to go and pick up some more cars now. Some more cars with cars in them. Right, get up here. We could have gone the other way as well. But we might as well go this way since I've already done it. There we go. And now we're in this Loco. Perfect. Alright, insert the reverser handle. We're good now. This is our main Loco that we're going to be in. Come on, where is it? There it is. Set this one to forward. And set this to freight. No doubt I'm going to miss something. Did I not do that? There we go, freight. Yes, and now we turn it on in here. Get the brake pressures up, turn on the lights that we need. I think we've got everything. We can have the cab light on. I don't think it's needed. There you go, the brake pressures are alright. As long as we're not rolling, I think we're alright. I'd rather actually just put it on initial reduction while I mess about with stuff. Let's turn our number lights on. And we'll put these on medium. It's early morning by the looks of things. 10 past 8 in the morning. And are we good? Are we good? I think we are. I guess we should do this, shouldn't we? As we're about to head off. Yeah, there we go. You can use them like this. We've got it on initial reduction at the moment. But what I'm going to do is get the amps up and then release it. Just in case we roll back. We're not going to. I think it's quite flat. There we go. Guys, we've got stuff going. Have I forgot to turn anything on? Do we want the ditch lights on? I'm not sure what the ditch lights are actually for. Probably if you're working around in the yard. I don't know whether they're used on the main line. Probably not. Now we're going to have to remember we had that steep incline, didn't we? Now we're going to roll down it, so we're going to be a little bit careful about our speed on the way down. Oh, that looks cool. I think I left the window open in the other Loco. Tough. It's going to stay open. Right, let's drop our speed. There we go. You can see we're picking up speed as we head down. We can balance it with the brake, of course. The automatic brake. Or the Loco brake, perhaps. I don't know whether that's advisable. That's mainly if... we could have used the Loco brake for when we didn't have any cars on the back. That's mainly what that's used for. Oh yes, do you know what we need to do? We should put that on. I have not checked which way we're going. Quick, change that. No, change it. Oof. Which way are we going? Did I do it too late? Oh, that was close. That's not how you do this. Yes, we're heading the right way. We're going to bypass these cars here and then we're going to pick them up. Let's make sure... Right, yep. No, don't do that. Let's give it some throttle. Didn't mean to come to a complete stop, although that's not how you do yard work. Pay attention, Grand. Got to remember, these are all manual switches. Once we get onto the actual main line itself, then it's all controlled for us. But for now, it's down to us in the yards. Now, since we don't have a helper or an engineer with us, a second man, that's a second man seat just there, to help with the coupling, we can make use of the camera and pretend that we do. Or, as I've seen, some of these Locos have like a remote controlled version of all these controls, so you can walk along the track and operate them with a remote control, which I thought was kind of cool. I don't know whether they do it out here in Canada. These are lovely. We do have a GP38-2 as well to have a go in. We'll do that in our next video. I don't know where we're going to be heading for that one. I'm going for a big one today, guys. It's probably close to the full route. It should take us about an hour or a little less. Okay, I was going to take a drink of my coffee. This is not the time for that. We've got to make sure that all our switches are set down here. Possibly they would... Is that the right one? Come on. No, that's changing something different. It's this one. Set that one because we've got to head down this way. All the way down to here. And stop, I believe. Do we have to stop? Maximum speed at 65 miles per hour. We actually get up to 60. There it is. Well, we've got the ditch lights on at the moment. We've got... How many cars have we got on the back there? 5. And then we're picking up a few more. But let's get back in here because we've got to stop shortly. We've just got to run over the switch that we've got to reverse in to pick those cars up. And then we're done. We're currently in Oakville. As it says up there, Oakville Yard. I think we're going all the way to Hamilton. Not sure. I'm hoping so, because I want to run the full route. There's a lot going on out there, isn't there? Very industrial. I like it. So we're in Canadian National. That's what livery this is, which do run on the line we were in. We were recreating sort of in Transport Fever 2, the Milwaukee Road. I was told that the Canadian National trains would or can run down there. It's all rather fitting, isn't it? I like it. Anyway, let's stop, shall we? And then reverse up. Flip this into reverse. I can hear another train. What are you carrying? Ooh, you got like a mixed manifest consist thing going on. You got odds and ends, really, haven't you? And you're running along. That's the main line down there. We're going to be heading out there shortly. Right then, we've got it into reverse. Now, if we look back on our map, you'll see it's telling us to switch here and head up and pick these cars up down here. Is that the right one? Yeah, there they are. We're gonna make use of the exterior camera to couple up to them. Right, let's take the brake off, get a bit of power on. We can use, you can press 3 twice and it'll take you to the back. And now we're sat on the back. We could lower it. We can move it around with the cursor keys. Like that. Pretend that we're using the remote. You can't technically get out. We're just using the camera views. You can't technically get out. It would probably end up being a runaway train. This car excess height. Yes. That's an uncomfortable sentence. This car excess height. Unless I'm reading it wrong. Oh, we got the thing on the back, the flashy red light like the other train had. There we go. Yep. Now we pick up the rest of the auto wreck cars. These are really cool. I would love to see them driving on and off. I know it's a bit much. This should be about the trains. Alright. I guess we can start slowing down now. Don't need much more than initial reduction for now. Obviously, the longer the train, the longer you have to wait for the brake pressures to release and engage. Alright, there we go. Oh, a bit fast. Do you know what? I'll take that. That was almost perfect, wasn't it? Oh, and it automatically got rid of the flashy light. Does that mean it's on the back now? Let's see. Let's go and have a look. Are you on the back? We've got quite the consist now, haven't we? Good night. That's pretty long. Full of cars, expensive cars. Are you on the back now? There you go. There's our light. That's really cool. Right, get in here. Switch this back to forward, shall we? Get a bit of power. Our switches should be set for us mostly. We'll go and double check. Take off the brake. And we've got a bit of power. I don't know whether we'll roll back. Unlikely. Let's go and check the state of the switches. You'll notice we're not going anywhere at the moment, even in notch 2. And that's mainly because of the weight. We've got to head down this way, which is if we switch that one. There we go. We weren't going that way, were we? No, Grand. No, you weren't. You was going somewhere else. We would have gone down this one, which would have been okay, I would imagine. Let's switch those and those. That's okay. That's okay. You can get out and do these manually. Obviously, that would take an eternity. So, like I said, we're going to pretend that we've got someone helping us out in the yard. Right, after this point, this one here, right after this switch here, we're at the mercy of the auto signals. Can we get some movement? It'll be lovely. Are we in forward? Did I take it out? I might have taken it out by mistake, guys. That's not good, is it? Yeah, we're not getting any power. No, it's in forward. What have I done? Guys, I broke the train. Release. Come on. I broke the train. Alrighty, there may be some time discrepancy and score discrepancy. As I had to rerun it. I could not get this consist moving. Now, I don't know whether I'll spot anything in editing, but I must have done something wrong. Anyway, everything's back how it should be. Let's hope this time I've not tested it. I have pushed it back a little bit and it did move. Before it wouldn't move. Anyway, fingers crossed we can go forward. I'm going to switch this over and hopefully we move. You do need to give it a bit of power because it's silly heavy. No, we're stuck again. Maybe if we look out here, it worked when I was looking out here, just not in the cab. Right, let's stick it in forward. See what happens now. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, train. No? Oh, the brakes were on. Okay, yeah, that might be an issue. Oh, we've got moving. We've got moving. Okay, we're done. We're in. You see, I'm flustered now. That's the problem. I was looking for issues that probably weren't there. Just one thing you haven't done. It would probably help if I knew what most of these dials meant. But yes, we're on the way. Onto the main line, finally. Let's just double check all the points are in our favour. Oh, guys, I got really frustrated. Oh, yes, we've got to change this one. Mosey on over that way. And then back down. I don't know why we have to go up that way. I'm sure there's a reason. It does... The blue line is where you're supposed to go. I'm sure we could have come down here. Unless it's not bi-directional. I don't know. I don't know. We'll follow what it says. Just in case it gets grumpy with us. We have a green light ahead. Green signal. So that's good. Then we can get on the main line and get going. I wonder how much of a discrepancy there is in time and score. I may have overspeeded a little bit. Not red though. Just a little touch into the yellow. I think the maximum speed I did was 16 miles an hour. Which is more than acceptable for a 15-mile-an-hour limit. Especially as we weren't really getting anybody's way. There was no one around. Anyway, yes. So you can see we've got flashing signals up there. That's interesting. I might have to go and look up what all these lights actually mean so we could obey them properly. But now, for our first outing, we'll just kind of do it the UI way. It's telling us everything we need to know, and that is that this means green. The flashing might mean that we are crossing ahead. I don't know what we're doing because it's their control now. Oh yeah, we should be a bit late there. Didn't even see the whistle sign, the whistle board. To turn the bell off, if you're unsure, it's B. But anyway, we've got We've got a decent consist now. Isn't that nice? Look at that. I mean, we're not overly long, but we've got a decent length on us, haven't we? Here we go. Onto the main line. Wonderful. I love it. I love it now that we're moving. I'll be looking forward to reading the comments. Where did I go wrong? Why wouldn't the train restart the first time around? I have no idea. It weren't the brakes. I know that's what I did the second time around, but that's because I was flustered. Yes, I was flustered. We're running with it. Anyway, we get to open her up in a little bit and get some speed up, which I'm looking forward to. One of the cool things I did find out while trying to get going in the initial run was that you can wheel slip. Yes, there is a way to wheel slip, because I thought I was moving, because all I was doing was looking at the speedometer down there. What was actually happening is my wheels were slipping at about 5 miles an hour and we were going nowhere. And it comes up, let me get the pointer up. Down here, it comes up with red squiggly lines to show that you've got wheel slip issues. I tried sand just to see if we were stuck in some sort of rut, which I feel like that's maybe what happened. That we had just got our wheels stuck in a hole, as it were, in the track. I don't know. Oh, here we go. We can open her up a little bit. Oh dear, I'm tongue-tied now. Tongue-twisted. Twisty-tongued. Yes, all of those are not a word. Oh, we're going through a station. Is that a station up there? Let's get back to getting distracted by the pretties. It is indeed a station out there. There we go. We're going to go via Burlington. At first I thought there was a Burlington near us when I lived in Fort Worth, but that's Burleson. Not quite the same. Or not the same at all, really, is it? No. We've got a lot of parking areas around there. We're going over the... what is that? Is that a freeway? It's a bit weird up there. Don't look too closely at things like that. People are waiting. I don't know whether there's an actual passenger setup for this. I've not seen it. I don't think you get to drive any passenger trains, but by the looks of things, there are people waiting for trains. That would be kind of cool. Anyway, let's get some speed going. Oh, the amps are dancing around a bit there. I wonder what's going on there. Can we give it some? Okay, we're on to notch 6. We're still not in the... oh, what's going on there? We changed gear? Okay, we're picking up amps again. Oh, I'm not sure what was going on there. Power, we're not getting into the red values anywhere. But it just completely cut out, didn't it? That was bizarre. Well, we've got to slow down to 30, as we're obviously crossing over again up here. So, I mean, that's fortunate. Yeah, we've got a flashing green. So I'm going to assume that flashing is crossing. Ooh, ninja sneeze. That wasn't good. I think I caught it. We're going uphill slightly. Again, I missed the crossing. My bad. I did blow my horn eventually. Oh, I wonder what's going on with the amps dropping then. I didn't think I was pushing it too hard. Let's see if we can mess around with balancing the throttle a little better. It looked to be as soon as it got into the 600 amps, it was... Oh yeah, turn your bell off. Into the 600 amps, it dropped completely, the speed. So maybe it's something to do with that. We're at 515-ish at the moment. We're not really gaining any speed because we're going uphill. Oh look, train brother. There you go. Hello. We got going, sir. Madam, whoever you are. We got stuck in the yard. Oh, what are you carrying? Hoppers? You got hoppers on? I don't know what those are. There's the Canadian National liveries. Big old CNs all over the place. Okay, I heard a bit of a pickup there, and then it dropped. I wasn't watching. Oh, we're going downhill as well. Well, let's have a look at the scenery while our train figures out what it's doing. Answers on a postcard for that one. I'm not sure why it would cut out like that, unless it's something I'm doing wrong. I don't know whether it's a gear change. We'll get it into 6 now that we've got some speed. Our amps should be okay. Is it too much stress and on the couplings, maybe? I'm just making stuff up now. See which one's right. It could be some sort of auto cutoff if you're stressing the coupling stuff, the gear. What are you talking about, man? We don't know. This stuff here. Could you unlock this while you're moving? Oh, we just crossed another crossing. Let's not do that, though. As tempting as it may be. Oh, we've got some speed. All right. Maybe, guys. Maybe. Let's try notch 7. If it goes... No, I think we got it. We've got 8 miles to mess about with this and try and get it up to speed. Can we get up to maximum speed of 60 miles an hour? It's not the Loco's maximum speed. That'll be 65. Rated speed, it can probably go faster. Oh, you got a little speedo up there too. +7. What does that mean? Miles per hour minimum. +4. Is that what we're gaining? Maybe. Oh, it could be, couldn't it? We're gaining +4 miles per hour a minute. Yes. Overspeed 67 miles per hour. Okay. Maybe it'll cut out if we overspeed. Oh, I'll tell you what, that's the maximum we're in now. Is it going to cut out? It got close to 600, but it didn't get there. Okay. Guys, learn how to drive the train as you're driving it. Yes. Well, I guess you got to figure out the nuances. So I'm pretty sure you'd have spent several years with, or at least a year with someone who knows what they're doing. Let's open the window again. There we go. Lovely. Ooh, what's going on over there? Was that like a warehouse? What was that? Some sort of big manufacturing plant or something. Ooh. Station. We're up to speed. 53 miles an hour. I love it. And it's not cutting out on us at the moment. We're on level track. Oh, do I have... I have motion blur on, unfortunately, and I forgot to turn that off. Is it Control F2? There we go. Now motion blur is off. Some people like it, some don't. I don't mind it. I don't know whether it translates well into recordings. I guess we can see now we've got some of it with motion blur on and some with it off. I've never decided. It really is subjective, isn't it? Guys, almost full speed. We've only got 6 miles to go though. I've not seen any speed decreases coming up, so we might get away with it. There's a little section there that heads off to somewhere. Is that another manufacturing place? Am I bothered about hitting the yellow? No, because we only lose 15 points. So, yeah, I'll take yellow. Besides, our maximum speed is 65. That I don't want to reach. There we go. Let's drop it off a little bit. See if we can get some... I've got a hiccup then. See if we can get some sort of balance going. I'm gonna say that +2. If you can get that on 0, you're coasting. I missed it again. This is the run where I miss every crossing. Right, let's just cruise and see what that sets. See, now we're losing speed at -2. So yeah, if you can get that to read 0, you're coasting perfectly. Or you've got it perfectly balanced. Yeah, we're losing 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour, 6. Oh, it's a game in itself. There we go. I can hear someone in the comments now. It's not a game, it's a simulator. Oh, the bell, turn the bell off. That's annoying. Annoying, but possibly needed. We are losing speed. So that's all legit. That's what that means. Yep. That's kind of cool. That's a handy little readout. There we go, -2. +0, that's what you need to keep it on. Obviously, we're going to pick up a little speed. +2. I bet it's almost impossible to keep it on 0. We've got one eye up there. And one eye going forward. That must look pleasant. Come on. It's needed, isn't it, when you're gaming? You need your eyes to go in different directions. Come on. 0. Read 0. I mean, I'll take +1, because that's +1 miles a minute. Or minimum. I'm going to say a minute. That would make sense. How far have we got to go? 3.7 miles. And we're kind of doing alright, aren't we? Ooh, big cranes. What are you building? Anything cool? Can't see. But graffiti. Lots of graffiti. Goodness me. Someone's been busy. Trucking. That looked like a little mail truck over there as well. Busy highway, freeway. I would imagine it's more of a highway. Could be a freeway. So, Burlington, it's go via, so we don't have to stop. A lot of coal there. Ooh, can we pick stuff up there? There's a track going into the coal place. That we do have hoppers available. There's another place over there. Ooh, this is a busy section of track, isn't it? With a lot going on. Have we got zeroed? Or +2? A minute? Or oh yes, we're going to say a minute. That sorts of... we're going downhill, that's why. That's why we picked up 1 mile a minute. That doesn't make sense. Does it? Gaining +1 miles a minute? Leave it alone, Grand. You just know that's supposed to read 0 and you're not gaining speed. There we go, we'll coast. Since we're going downhill... Do you know, I want to explore this one more. All those little tracks that are leading off, I hope they do go to like loading bays. That looks like it could be a little bit of fun. See, we get +15 points for being in the yellow at any point during the little segments, scoring segments. Alright, innit? I think we can cope with that. It genuinely looks warmer here than it does in Texas at the moment. Warmer in Canada than it is in Texas. I would imagine that's not the case in real life. I don't know how cold it is today in Canada. It is, what's the date today? 21st of February, not January. Oh dear. A little bit off. Right, what are we doing? Any speed decrease? No, we've got a green at the top. No, green, red, red. If any of them are green, then you're normally safe to go through. We losing speed? Yes, we are. It's just a little bit though. We're not overly slowing down. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the track ahead. They're facing the other way. Yeah, they're facing the other way. If we go around here, there we go. All red. Oh, there's a bit of sound issue. Well, this is new. This only came out yesterday. So, maybe there is some issues. Is it my setup? It could be. I don't know. I'd have to go and mess around with it. It was okay. Doesn't mean that it will always be okay. Actually, no. When I was testing it, the cars or the wagons did have some weird sound issues. I'll accept our current speed. We're only losing 3 miles a minute. That's what I'm running with, and totally that is it. That's what that means. This must be Burlington Station. I'm guessing Burlington is a... Oh, here we go. E2531 emergency maintenance. Close the route beyond Bayview Junction. You'll be diverting to Hamilton Yard. Which is... which is because I'm going to guess the route doesn't go any further. Hamilton is the furthest we can go. That's a nice way of saying you can't go any further. Just work it in there. We're going downhill quite a bit, yep, and we are gaining speed. But nothing too aggressive, as we'll be going uphill now, which will mean we'll start losing speed. We're kind of balanced, aren't we? That would be perfect. Momentum is carrying us. Given that we're being switched over to Hamilton Yard now, suggests that when we get to the Bayview Junction, we'll be going a bit slow. Alright, let's give some speed up. Give it some speed up. No, none of those are essential. Don't drive a train first thing in the morning. I've only had 2 coffees and a cup of tea. Okay, it's not really first thing in the morning. Oh, that's a track to nowhere. I'm going to guess it used to go in, perhaps. Is that even connected to anything? Yes, but it's old track. Disused track, runoff, maybe? Perhaps for loading? Or turning round? It's another runoff though, isn't it? To an industry or a manufacturing plant. I don't know whether I'm overly keen to get my speed up to 60. Perhaps we should. We're still losing speed because we're going uphill. I don't want it to cut out all the amps again. That would slow us down. Come on. Ooh, there was that weird noise. Okay, a bit too aggressive perhaps. That's what I'm going with. No, that can't be the case. I don't know what it is. It feels like auto cut-off of some sort. Okay, we've got a 15-mile-an-hour limit. Only just saw that, but it's in 2.4 miles. Bayview Junction, that we're passing the point on it, is 2.8 miles, so we're slowing down before then. Now, I'd say we don't need to be worried about knocking the speed off just yet. Maybe about a mile out we'll start scrubbing some speed off. Hopefully not derail on the junction. The way it's going at the moment with a double recording, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what happens. Oh, that's bizarre, seeing signals that side instead of in the middle. It's supposed to be on the driver's side. Although, given that there's a railing and stuff in the middle, that's probably why they're that side. It's obvious that it's for us. There is not a track the other side. Another train. You are carrying... Okay. What was going on there? He's just got one wagon on the back of fuel or something. We're gaining speed, aren't we? That's not what we want to see. Okay, just coast. Drop it off. Drop it off. Are we losing speed? Yes, there we go. I'll take it. Oh, work truck. How did you get over there? Is there a way over? There. Just there. There you go. You can drive over that. Oh, that's cool. They thought of everything. Alright then, guys. Let's start scrubbing some speed off. Otherwise, we could be ending this in a ball of flames, which, as entertaining as that would be, I don't know whether that... No, it wouldn't do that. It would just say, scenario over. Derailed. Nothing happens. No balls of flames. It would make a real mess of our cargo, wouldn't we? A lot of expensive cars would become a crumpled heap. Well, do you know, we're taking a decent amount of speed off. I would imagine it's just after these signals up here. So we'll give it a little bit more. There we go. 43%, 54%. Might go full. depending. No, we're dropping speed pretty rapidly. What are we dropping at? 50 miles a minute. Yeah, there you go. I think we got it, guys. I think we can start dropping that off to initial reduction. In fact, just release it. By the time they're all released, we'll actually get a little bit of power. I don't know what that was. Bit of a clunk. I guess that's why the brake's released. We've got a caution signal ahead. So where are we actually going? Are we changing over? Or are we just heading out straight? Oh, you're speeding now. Because we're running downhill a little bit. Yeah, over speed limit. Come on, give us a little bit of leeway there. Oh, it's clunky. I feel like we're going to rip the wheels off. Rip the bogies off the wagons. We'll look back and all we've got is a bogie from the first wagon. That's it. That's all we're taking. That's what happened to that other dude. Alright, initial reduction. Come on. Balance it. Balance it. Pretend you're a professional. I'm not. Not as far as driving trains is concerned. I would love to do it supervised. Just to see what the difference is. I would imagine you can feel a lot more in the handles of what the train's doing. You would just get used to it that way. Obviously, doing these runs on a daily basis, you would know the tracks as well, inside and out. Right, we can get up to 30 now. I guess we had to slow down to pass over that junction. Come on, give it some. Growl. Wait a minute, what's that? I can't see the green. Okay, it's flashing yellow. The wiper was right in the way. You should have been looking before then. I guess it was flashing, suggesting there should be a crossover at some point. There it is, up ahead. Yep. Are we crossing over? Or are we going straight? It might not mean that. I know in the UK, flashing yellow means you're crossing the track. I'd have to look up the... Okay, we're doing good. 1.2 mile an hour, go via location. Hamilton approach, which is our yard. Oh, perhaps it's temporary speed restriction. I just saw a 30 there. That could be true. If they're saying there's engineering works or maintenance works going on, it could be a temporary restriction. Where does that go? Where's that go? I do hope one day that the Dovetail manage to get this so that you can have really long routes and they all just hook up together. I don't mind if there's a loading screen in between routes, as long as it's, you know, I'd accept that. As long as you could do a full route, I'd take a loading screen as you portal into a different zone. Oh, we're supposed to be slowing down. It's fine. We got this. We got this. We're only going 30 mile an hour. As we've seen, it doesn't take too long for it to scrub off speed, although we are going downhill, so I should have possibly paid a little more attention. Come on, as long as it doesn't go red. Luckily, it wasn't that we were going over. Okay, we got it. I was a little too aggressive. Ooh, that clunking. Do we go under the bridge? That would be cool. Although they're all red, so no. We're going straight? No, we're turning. We're going over here. That's what the speed limit's for. Should be crossing over. There we go. We got it. We've got it. There we go. Hamilton approach. And again, we've got another old track there. No buffer on the end either. Or is that the crates the pallets a buffer. The pallets will catch you. You'll be alright. Oh, it's a bit hilly. What's going on over there? Is that some fields? Oh, it's a lake. What lake is that? Lake Ontario? We are in Ontario. Oh, yeah, we are proper going downhill. There's a sidings of some sort down there. Oh, don't look too closely. You can see the repeating texture. Don't do that. Don't do that. Get back in here. Take control of your train, man. You're on a... Oh, there we go. We've got a bit more speed. We have got to slow down to 15 again, but not for another 400 yards. Actually, that's not very far, is it? What are you talking about? Although, it doesn't take long, does it? To scrub some speed off. Barring the snafu, trying to get out of Oakville, which I have no idea what that was all about. I think it's been an alright run. Come on. Wow, this is a really steep hill. I mean, we can just not use the throttle at all at this rate. There we go. We're entering the yard now by the looks of things. Yeah, there we go. Go via location. Oh, wait. Initial reduction. Please tell me we don't have to set any switches, please. No, don't. Ooh, that was close, you Burke. It was already set for you. We almost went a completely different way. Please tell me we're going the right way. Yes, we are. Oh, why did you touch that? You panicked. There, that's where we're heading. Brilliant. Right, we're on the right route. Let's go. We can go up to 50. Guys, is that it? Hamilton Yard West, that's where we're at. I'm sort of tempted to recreate this run in Transport Fever 2. Or at least one of the yards to see if it's possible. We do have some Canadian National Locos on the Steam Workshop for Transport Fever 2. I know this is Train Sim World, but I've got my thinking shoes on now. This is partially what I've been doing, really. I've been looking at all this yard layout and thinking if I could recreate it in Transport Fever. And I think we could make a good go of it, don't you? We've possibly got enough, except for the signalling, we've got enough assets and built-in assets to make this work. Yes? Do you know what? That's a little project I might do on the side and then show you guys what I've done. Maybe I'll get some time-lapse of me recreating it. Just the yard or something, just as a little experiment to see how close we are to making things look realistic. It's super tempting. Anyway, get back in your train. You're going to be stopping soon. Not yet, though. This might not be the end. Maybe we've got to park up somewhere. Who knows? Either way, apart from our snafu, like I said, we've done all right. I don't think we broke any laws. Possibly a little aggressive in places. Again, not sure why it was cutting out. There's probably a reason. There's a few engineers and train drivers who watch the channel. I'm sure you guys will let me know. And I'll be like, ah, yes, that makes sense. Or it's a glitch in the Matrix. And then that's that then. We'll just accept it. Right, 250 yards to go before we've got to stop. I guess we'll find out at that point whether we're going anywhere. We could bring up the manifest or the schedule and see what's going on. But let's leave it as a surprise. No, I don't think we've got anywhere. This is Hamilton Yard. The only thing we could possibly do would be park it up or disconnect it somewhere, which we might do. We might have to do that. There we go. We'll slowly bring it to a halt. Oh, you got 30 yards to go yet. Train's jolting around all over the place. Come on, you can do it. Are we downhill? No, we're on a flat bit. That's nice. Come on. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, stop. Come on, full service. Just wang it. There we go. Close enough. Set the reverser to neutral. That's a good sign. Set the automatic brake handle to off, which is the next one up. No, next two up. Your train will be stabled here until the disruption associated with the maintenance clears. Okay, so we're proper... Is that it? Alright. There's no disconnecting or anything. That's it. We're just done for the day. Thank you for watching, guys. That was a frustrating bit for me in the middle. But for you guys, it should be seamless, except for some weird number changing in towards the beginning. But that has been our first look at the Oakville Subdivision DLC. Maple Leaf Motoring is the scenario we just did. We're going to take a look at the other Loco that's available with this in Canadian National livery, which is the GP38-2. I believe that's right. I'll find us a scenario or a schedule to run to take that out as well and see how that handles. But for the GP9 RM, I'm trying to do this off the top of my head. Oh, it says it right there. GP9 RM's Canadian National. There you go. Brilliant. That's it from me. So until next time, take care.